Good morning. January 26th. We finally had a little bit of a snow in the downtown area of Spearfish, South Dakota. We got to get some of these school routes opened up down here, so that's kind of where I'm starting. I'm on Illinois Street right now, on the north side, and then we will switch over to Hudson, get that knocked out, and then focus on the rest of the downtown streets. There is kind of some strategic plowing for the downtown area. Most everything goes to the inside, and then we haul it away if there's enough of a berm. But right now, it's probably just gonna hope for warm weather and let it melt off, but we'll see what we roll up here. There isn't a whole lot of activity for this morning. I figured we'd be a few more people out, but we've got these temporary crosswalk signs in the middle of the road. I'm gonna jump out up here and move them so that we can get the full street cleared. They're just on a rubber base, and for the most part we pick them all up during the winter time so we don't have to plow around them. But means this is a school zone, it keeps the traffic in check. Coming through here too fast, be a little more cautious for the kids, of course. So let me jump out here real quick. I'll be right back. The city as a whole tries to stay as strategic as they can with plowing throughout the whole town. In some areas there's places you can plow the snow to just one side of the road to alleviate blocking a driveway. Most places there isn't. You just gotta do what you can do. But like this particular street, I'm pushing it all to one side, mainly to keep the school as open as possible. Plus there's about 4 or 5 driveways on the one side and there's one on the other, so I will plow it all to one side, and then I can run back and open up that one driveway if it looks like it's plugged pretty tight. But and now we're just entered a block where it all goes to the middle. Within the downtown area, it's from Grant Street to Jackson Boulevard, from Canyon Street to 7th Street. We consider the downtown block. Those streets all get put to the middle just because there is nowhere. You could push it to the side, and man, your parking spots and everything would be a mess. Main Street and some of the streets, it doesn't get the best sunlight, so as far as waiting for things to melt off, it just isn't a viable way to do it. Creates a little more work for snow removal, but it's got to be done. So, and it's been a few years since I have plowed this downtown area because it's out of my zone. This is zone 1. I'm usually in zone 3, but the guy that usually plows in this area, I think he has told me that it takes him about 3 hours, so that's kind of what we're banking on here. And now we're back to Canyon Street, so we're gonna spin around and we'll get her finished up here in a little while. Move on to our next street. Now, and if you've watched my other videos before too, a road grader is the only way to plow snow. The only thing that's bad about it is it's a slower moving piece of equipment. So as far as covering a lot of area, they're not as efficient, but they are my favorite piece of equipment to use for this. You have a lot more control over what you're doing, where you're putting snow, getting into tight areas to pull as much snow out of it as you can. We are having a major issue this year with manholes and water valves catching plows. I've been here for about 3 or 4 years, and he hit a few here and there, but man, this year it's been super bad. We're going to be busy this summer fixing a lot of them so we don't have to deal with this again, but I hate to plow too fast with this thing, because man, when this thing catches a manhole, it is a rough ride. And I'd hate to break something this early in the game, so I have been going a little bit slower, but you can only go so slow if you want to try to get some stuff done. And of course, we got to be mindful of sidewalks. Nothing makes a citizen more upset than plugging their driveway is number one, but plowing over a sidewalk, that's... Do what we can to try to mitigate it. This guy here, he's waiting for me to finish plugging his driveway up so that he can get it opened up. He works for the school. This is an administrative building here, but I figured he's got a plow equipment, and I know the neighbors next door don't, so I gave it all to him. He can clear it up for him, or himself anyway. Well, one side of the school is done. I gotta focus somewhat on our priority ones down here, and that's Main Street. So I'm gonna finish up Illinois and I'll jump onto Main Street, get those parking spots cleared out, and then we'll get over to Hudson. new task at hand. I've got done what I could do with the road grader, so now we are in a, I don't even know the model, but it's a John Deere. And we've got a Henke V plow on the front. And that school I was talking about earlier, West Elementary, we put a berm in the middle of the road to get the school going, and then we go up here and we push it back up to finish it off. So that's where we're headed now. And that's that. We are supposed to be getting some more snow, just minor amounts, half inch here, half inch there, so we're not going to make things perfect.